Guy escapes from a Chinese prison in this video by scaling a shed and
wow. Reapers, what is good? It's your boy Laser. You guys are in the vibes. We're back with some more scary reaction videos. If you're loving the scary content, so I continue to deliver that for you guys. In this video, we're reacting to the scariest footage found in North Korea. North Korea is probably the last place I would ever want to visit, guys. Now, if you guys enjoy the scary content, you guys want more scary videos like this in the future, simply hit that like button, you subscribe, and turn notifications on. It takes less than a second. Let's dive straight into this video. Oh, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this footage before. This guy literally makes a run, bro. He ends up escaping too.
Seizes control of a military vehicle. He races along the road while being pursued by more North Korean soldiers, and as he gets closer to the border, he crashes the vehicle into a ditch and flees.
See, the worst thing about this is, yes, this guy escaped, but his family is probably being sent to like some camp or whatever, dude. Like, that's literally the punishment.
Fence, the other troops
North Korea shows no mercy.
Open fire. The soldier makes it to the other side, but he's too badly hurt to continue.
He ends up surviving, which
Because he
is
had entered
crazy.
South Korea, the other soldiers were unable to pursue him. The wounded soldier lies there until the sun sets, at which point South Korean soldiers crawl to him and pull him back with them.
That's
Upon
so
the discovery
crazy.
of this tape, the United Nations command stated that North Korea violated the 1953 armistice by crossing the border while opening fire on the defecting soldier. In this video, a man is given a tour of one of North Korea's top computer labs. The only issue is that it is entirely vacant. Apart from the tourists, the only North Korean in the lab is the tour guide. It's strange that it's empty, given that it's one of the best computer labs in the country. It's just another example of North Korea attempting to demonstrate that it has technology, but does not want its populace to have access to it.
They be showing the fakest shit too on the news, bro.
Support the hypothesis that the North Korean government places actors in areas where visitors may congregate. Foreigners were able to visit a car showroom in North Korea in this video.
They have car shows in North Korea?
According to the man filming, they were escorted there so they could see that North Korea is not behind the times in terms of modern technology and resources. Because the rest of the world believes this, North Korea will frequently show tourists these kinds of areas to disprove that perception. The man demonstrates the autos in the showroom and even approaches one of the people who appears to be looking for a car. When he attempts to converse with them, they rapidly move away from him.
You like this car? Oh, I think I scared them.
He feels they're actors, since when he first stepped inside the dealership, they were just milling about talking to each other with no personnel in sight. As soon as he went into the dealership, people began looking for vehicles, and salesmen began showing them around. This, combined with the fact that they refused to respond to him when he spoke to them, suggests that the consumers were in reality actors sent by the North Korean government to demonstrate that their population could truly afford automobiles.
And these actors, guys, if they don't do it right, they're getting executed. Like, that's how it works. One wrong move, they're executed.
To leave the nation, and tourists are rarely welcomed, meaning that the airport would be deserted. Nonetheless, seeing an empty airport is really unsettling.
Dude, like, honestly, who would want to visit North Korea? Like, it's not even a nice... Nothing is nice about it.
Empty queues for luggage
I'm sorry.
check, an empty lobby,
this is
and
South
vacant
Korea.
Waiting sections. It's astonishing that anyone ended up on this trip, considering no one else was in the airport the entire time.
Damn, that's
waiting for the
like
flight.
a liminal space, dude.
The North Korean
how
government
empty it
does
is?
little to keep these roads in this portion of the country in good condition. It's said that in North Korea, citizens act out specific roles or jobs to make the country appear much better than it is to tourists.
And if they don't, bro,
this video may help to prove it.
They're crying behind those
This was
faces,
shot
dude.
in downtown Pyongyang, and the walkways are crowded. The individual filming the video immediately starts showing the street traffic.
And
the traffic control officer is standing along the roadway, and she turns around and appears to discover that she is being filmed.
She probably told him to turn it off
She
immediately.
returns to the street, blowing her whistle and waving her flag. However, despite the fact that she appears to be directing traffic, she is not. Cars continue to drive by, and people continue to walk by. It's almost as if she's performing for the camera.
That's so crazy, dude.
The tourists visiting North Korea are only permitted to visit certain areas of the...
You guys know North Korea has like a wake-up call too? Like, they play this creepy-ass siren. I don't know if they'll show it in this video, but they play this like creepy-ass siren when like the morning starts. It's so creepy.
This is because the North Korean government only wants tourists to see the richest
like out like
regions
Silent
of the
Hill.
country, not the poorest. North Korea's capital is one of the areas tourists are permitted to visit as long as they are accompanied by guides. The man who shot this video in Pyongyang's street said he just asked his tour guides if he could clip his GoPro to the car while they drove about the
And
city.
Pyongyang, I can't even pronounce it right.
All sneaky and hide my camera and stuff
This
like that.
city's like the
So I
expensive
figured,
place in North Korea.
maybe I should just ask them and see how it goes. And they actually said okay.
The city was spotless, yet the streets were unusually quiet for a major city. Everything appears to be great in Pyongyang, which is alarming when you consider the millions of people that are starving in the country.
It's all fake, bro. This is
Pyongyang
all
is kept up, and the people who live there know how to act in order to make North Korea appear to be the finest country in the world.
That's like the nicest city in
Seeing
North
the
Korea.
atrocities that occur around
It's like
the country.
it's like where all the like rich
A
people go,
U.S.
basically.
citizen called Kim Dong-chul is caught and held in North Korea for suspected spying in this video. He speaks at a North Korean press conference, admitting to attempting to take vital documents holding information on North Korea's nuclear weapons and sharing them with South Korea.
I would have been
10월
crying.
2일 나선 경제무역지대에서 내가 매수한 자로부터
He probably got
He
executed.
sobs as he apologizes for his acts, and as he addresses his family, apologizing for the embarrassment he has brought upon them.
정말 씻을 수 없는 큰
He says that if he is liberated, he will launch a campaign to spread information about North Korea's goodwill.
So did he like die or?
Almost everything in North Korea is propaganda. The country has limited access to outside media in order to control how its residents.
This is an actual place on Earth, guys. This is literally hell on Earth.
North Korea. Televisions,
Everything is
novels,
fake.
and even comic books are examples of this indoctrination. In this video, a man visiting North Korea was able to sneak in a camera to record his experience. He approaches a newsstand and gets a comic book in the video. He begins flicking through the pages, showing the comic book to feature imagery and text about Kim Jong-un's power and North Korea's power. This video demonstrates how far the North Korean authorities have gone to control their citizens' minds. Chul was most likely forced to read this statement in front of the entire country. In North Korea, he was imprisoned and condemned to 10 years of hard labor. He was released after 3 years in 2018.
This is how Americans live today, drinking coffee made from snow and living in tents and buying guns to kill each
So this
other.
man went to camp
This
because of this shit?
propaganda was created to discredit the United States. North Koreans have been brainwashed into believing that the U.S. is malevolent and wants to destroy their country. They also
They think they want to
North
destroy
Koreans
the
to
US.
feel that life in the United States is worse than life in North Korea.
Bro, they literally have North Korea people, like citizens thinking they won the World Cup and shit. Like, that is the propaganda that happens in North Korea. It's so ridiculous.
These people
Like,
are
how
pulled
could you want to
together
live
with their
here?
dead friends in
I mean, not
balloons
you have a
and body
choice if you're
bags,
born here, but still.
drinking coffee cups full of local snow.
This video depicts them utilizing obsolete technologies and protests in the streets. They try to convince their citizens that if life in North Korea is awful, life in the United States is even worse. Pyongyang, North Korea's capital, is full of wealthy, prosperous people, or so the North Korean authorities would have you believe. Tourists visiting North Korea can only visit government-approved tourism sites. Almost all tourists are accompanied by government personnel at all times. This is done to ensure that international visitors only see the portions of the country that the North Korean leadership wants them to see. A party of tourists is guided on a tour of North Korea by a female North Korean government official in this video. While providing a tour of some of the North Korean military's tanks and roaming around...
Oh, this guy walks off. I made a video on this before. He walks off and the guide asks for his name.
Can I have his name?
Andre. She's
Can I have a name, please?
My name? Andre.
Matt.
Andre.
Andre. Okay. Now it's time to go to City Pueblo. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here, please. We go back to City Pueblo.
I would have
It
been
doesn't appear to be
shaking.
that far away from the group, perhaps 15 to 20 feet at most, checking one of the tanks up close.
See, if anything, the
Tour leader
guide's...
immediately summons him back to the
If anything, the tour guide is in, like, trouble if, like, he walks off, which is
group,
why I can
stating that
understand.
he is not permitted to walk off.
That's
Then
terrifying,
she
dude.
drags them away from the place, presumably because the man wandered away. On the same tour, the tour leader tells the group how North Korea conquered the U.S. This may seem strange to you because, according to the rest of the world's view of history, North Korea has never defeated the United
Why would
States.
you want to, like, visit
Following
here, dude?
instruction of the great leader
Or even
Kim
going to
Il-sung
guide.
and Kim Jong-il, we responded that we would answer their retaliation with retaliation and answer their all-out war with an all-out war. We didn't surrender, but we took tough stance.
What?
So in the long run, they had no choice but to propose dialogue. So 11 months after the capture, the US government sent letter of apology. That was December 1968. And that apology was the first one that the era sent to the other government in the history of America.
She basically claims that North Korea, led by the fearless leader Kim Jong-il, was able to scare the United States out of their territory, threatening nuclear retaliation.
Oh, this
She
is
also
funny.
claims that because the U.S. was so afraid of North Korea's power, they wrote an apology letter to North Korea.
Why would you want to visit
First
here?
apology letter ever sent by the U.S. to another country.
Like, bro, this is a
This
real
video
place on
depicts
Earth.
what goes on in North Korean work
Prisoner
camps.
source tutorial frozen
Inmates
fields.
are
Like,
forced
this
to
shit is
farm
sad,
whole
dude.
fields or walk for miles while carrying rocks on their heads. They are seen moving wood to create a bridge in some shots. They are continually
drop it,
encircled
bro,
by
they're
armed
dead.
guards, making it impossible for them to flee. In the end of the video, one of the guards notices the videographer and draws his revolver. Fortunately, the cameraman noticed this and flees before he is shot. The video
Damn!
depicts the horrific reality that many North Koreans face. They are treated like slaves in labor camps if they are not hungry at home.
That is
A
so.
hotel, like an airport, is likely to be crowded, especially in a country's capital city. Yet, North Korea, as usual, proves to be very different from most other countries. A man filmed his experience exploring an empty floor of his hotel in this video. He takes the elevator to the top floor of the hotel, and as soon as he steps out, it appears that he is visiting an abandoned building rather than one that is currently in use. The lights have been turned off across the floor. There are no people in this portion of the hotel, so it's unusually quiet.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm gonna have to admit, I'm a little bit creeped out right now. Alright.
This
Let's
hotel,
actually
bro.
explore.
So I don't think he's supposed to be leaving his room at this time, I'm assuming, right?
Okay, that looks creepy.
Can't even see shit.
Let's go downstairs.
I'm surprised there's no, like, lasers around here, dude.
More creepy floors.
And if you touch it, you get, like, electrocuted.
And apparently, this staircase ends.
North Korea boasts about its gorgeous hotels, but it does not attract or have enough
This doesn't
guests
even look-
to fill them.
I just know there's roaches
This
and shit in
propaganda
there.
video features footage from a North Korean water park.
They have water
The water
parks?
park appears to be a lot of fun, with many people smiling, laughing, and enjoying themselves. The most worrisome aspect is that the great majority of North Koreans would never be able to afford to visit such a location.
This is like the rich side of North
More
Korea,
unsettling
guys.
is the reality that many individuals do not have access to drinkable water. Thus, propaganda depicting people calmly swimming in water appears a bit sadistic.
It's the
This
rich side of
video
North
follows
Korea.
a homeless mom and her child as they return to their shack outside Pyongyang. The two are severely malnourished, and their living conditions are deplorable.
They live here because they want to
They
be
talk about
detained.
sneaking out late at night to scrounge food in train stations and on the street. They don't go out during the day for fear of being apprehended and transported to a work camp or killed. It's disheartening to witness such a discrepancy between the folks who live in Pyongyang and those who live on the outskirts of the city.
So fucking
The
terrifying.
majority of the time, news anchors maintain their cool. It's unusual to see news anchors cry on television while discussing a subject or an event.
If you don't cry, you get executed.
Nevertheless, when Kim Jong-il died in 2011, one news anchor's reaction reflected how the entire country felt. The news anchor
They aren't
sobbed
really
and
crying.
could scarcely
They just
finish
have
her
to.
speech
Well, they are,
regarding
but-
Kim Jong-il's death. She declares that North Korea would rise stronger and braver under Kim Jong-un's leadership. Despite the country's dire situation, most inhabitants have a deep love and devotion for their harsh rulers. The death of Kim Jong-il was terrible to the entire country, and this TV item shows how the entire country reacted to the news. Notwithstanding what their government claims, most North Koreans do not enjoy prosperous lives. In truth, the vast majority of people are starving to death. Because the government refuses to assist its citizens, North Koreans are obliged to seek assistance from outside the country. This video depicts people smuggling food from China into North Korea.
Bro, like,
They return and conceal their footprints so no one can determine where they crossed. It's a lot of labor, but it's essential in order to keep people alive. It's too difficult to transport people across the border and out of the country, but they can bring food in to try to make North Koreans' lives easier.
so terrifying, bro.
Otto Warmbier, a 21
Oh yeah, this guy, I'm pretty sure this guy ended up dying, by the way.
year old American college student, entered North Korea on a guided trip on December 29, 2015. Otto was arrested on January 2nd, 2016, while waiting to board a flight back home.
I think he went to a camp
Otto
too,
was
I don't
arrested
remember.
after allegedly attempting to steal a propaganda poster from his hotel. He was seen on
Oh,
CCTV security cameras removing one of the hotel's posters from the wall. This was a significant show of contempt to the North Korean regime and Kim Jong-un, and Otto was sentenced to 15 years in North Korean jail and hard labor.
And he ended up
At a
dying.
press conference in the second video, Otto begs for forgiveness from the North Korean people, government, and Kim Jong-un. He sobs as he admits to making a grave mistake. Notwithstanding the interview, Otto's sentence was maintained by the North Korean government. Otto unexpectedly sustained a major head injury in March of 2016 following his conviction, causing him to enter a coma.
And then he died.
The injury,
because of it.
according to the North Korean government, was caused by botulism in a sleeping medication. Otto was finally flown to Cincinnati, Ohio after 17 months in a coma in captivity, where he died days later at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center.
That's so terrifying.
North
But
Koreans are known for their
shouldn't
dedication
do
to
that,
their
bro.
government and their dictatorial leader, Kim Jong-un. A large portion of the people's dedication is fostered by the government's propaganda. This video is an excellent example of this. Kim Jong-un is portrayed in the video as a character from a Mission Impossible film. He's
Bro
dressed
thinks
in
he's
a
James
leather
Bond,
jacket
bro.
and fashionable sunglasses. Throughout the video, he and his squad stroll in slow motion.
He thinks he's the main
They
character and
successfully
shit.
launch a nuclear missile into the sky, and then continue strolling in slow motion. The video appears to be from Hollywood, but it is actually quite successful propaganda that leads North Korean citizens to believe that their country has the best military in the world. This video shows
That's
how
funny.
average people live in North Korea.
Like, bro,
Young
this.
Park, a North Korean defector, provided the clip.
They
She
barely.
notes
They
that
aren't
the
even
people in the
living.
video
They're
footage are
surviving.
among the country's more affluent citizens. This is somewhat remarkable given that the people's residences appear to be rundown shacks with no power. In one sequence, a woman begins cooking dinner over an open fire outside her little home.
This
Roofs, you
is
see,
hell,
they
literally.
don't block the rain or snow entirely, so there's so much leaking inside the house. It almost looks like they are stuck in the 16th century.
Despite what their leadership wants the world to believe, the video shows that many North Koreans live in deplorable conditions.
Bro.
In this 110-minute propaganda film, Kim Jong-un outlines all he has accomplished for North Korea. This film has numerous absurd scenes, including Kim Jong-un riding horses and tanks firing. The video also depicts some of North Korea's wealthy fields and contented citizens. Meanwhile, food is scarce throughout the country, and many are going hungry. The film is merely another tactic utilized by Kim Jong-un and the North Korean authorities to gain allegiance.
These citizens,
and
guys,
deceive its
they're actually
population.
more happy than we think
North
they are,
Korean
but they
men
don't.
use a handcart
They have
to
no idea.
transport items back
They're
to the village
brainwashed.
in this video. The footage appears to be from the Middle Ages, not 2021. The guys are thin and roll the handcart back to their rundown community of wooden shacks. The footage was not even shot in North Korea's
People live
poorest
like
city,
slaves and they're
yet it's
fighting
clear
for
that
everything
these
to
individuals
survive.
fight to survive on a daily basis.
Like, bro, North
This video
Korea,
sheds
dude.
light on the
it's
severe
something
living
else.
circumstances in North Korea. This video depicts what it's like to live in Pyongyang, North Korea's capital. Pyongyang has the highest level of living for North Korean citizens, although it isn't very high when compared to the rest of the globe. The video begins with the news crew covering the story, having to walk 13 stories up to the flat where they will be filming. They explain that many North Koreans must take the stairs since elevators are notoriously unreliable owing to power outages. In North Korea, getting locked in an elevator is relatively common. The flat is fairly sparse when the team eventually makes it up the stairs and into it. There are a few family photos on the walls, but the 3 images of North Korean dictators dominate the space. Portraits of the tyrants can be found in nearly every North Korean home. The apartment's appliances are somewhat ancient. The refrigerator, for example, appears to be from the 1950s or 1960s. Overall, the apartment appears to be in poor condition for being in the richest city in the country. This demonstrates how even North Korea's wealthiest citizens live in deplorable conditions.
And keep in mind, guys, that city, it's literally like, it's all propaganda. Like, that city is there to make North Korea seem like it's more nice than it really is. Like, that is the nicest city in North Korea, probably.
An English news team was given a rare opportunity to film at North Korea's main academic institution, Kim Il-sung University.
People
In
there
this
be
video,
talented, too.
The team had the opportunity to interview one of the students. The video demonstrates how brainwashed North Korean civilians have become as a result of propaganda. The student says that North Korea needs nuclear weapons because the United States and South Korea both have nuclear weapons and wish to use them against North Korea.
Also, the outside world, including United States and South Korea, have nuclear bombs more than us. Well, all of the trying to kill us, then we must protect us. We must protect ourselves. So we need nuclear bombs.
He informed the interviewer that he thought every country in the world wanted to kill North Koreans.
Damn.
The interview with the student is cut short because the guide began to object to the questions being asked.
So when
sorry
when
to interrupt you.
Later in
Damn.
footage, when the TV crew is shooting a statue of one of North Korea's prior dictators, the guides who are escorting the crew warn them to stop.
What is it you don't like me saying about this?
I know
They can't do any of that,
While
bro.
filming, the guides overheard some of the crew's comments regarding North Korea's leader and were not pleased. Before they could leave the university campus, they made the crew delete all of the footage they had captured outside of the statue.
That's
Our
crazy.
minders are now rather upset with us because we tried to do a piece to camera in front of the statue of Kim Il-sung here, and they clearly felt that we said stuff that was not respectful to the great leader. And
See, if they say anything that's bad,
President Trump and Kim Jong-un meet in the demilitarized zone between North and South
I think he was like I think Trump was the first president to actually have a handshake with like Kim Jong-un in like the United States. I don't
Korea
know.
in this video.
I think
Kim
so.
Jong-un urges Donald Trump to shake hands with him before crossing the border into North Korea. This video may appear uninteresting, but it is actually quite historical.
It is pretty cool.
Donald Trump is the first U.S. president to be invited to North Korea by Kim Jong-un.
Very interesting.
Step forward. You're the first U.S. president to cross the border. Whoa, no.
A North Korean guy escapes from a Chinese prison in this video by scaling a shed and hopping the fence.
Wow.
He was on the run for 41 days after escaping,
And he
was
made it-
discovered hiding in a house near a lake. He was hospitalized after being apprehended for injuries sustained during his escape.
Damn.
Zhang, the man, had been sentenced to 11 years in prison for illegal entry into China, as well as robbery and larceny.
Oh yeah, and guys, China
Zhu
is the last place you want to go if you escaped North Korea, because China will literally send you right back.
had only 2 years left on his sentence, so it's unclear why he would want to flee and possibly face further prison time. Zhu, on the other hand, looked content with the extra time on his sentence. He escaped to be imprisoned in China for a longer period of time so that he would not be repatriated back to North Korea after serving his
Damn.
sentence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Chinese jails appear to have better living conditions than North Korea.
Still an L though.
Stay tuned for our #1 pick
That will shock you.
North Koreans were obliged to mourn on the 10th anniversary of Kim Jong-il's death. They had to meet and weep outside the dictator's grave.
If you don't cry, you're getting blown to bits in the brain. Look at all these actors, bro. They have to cry or else they get
Witness
executed.
people mourning someone who mistreated them. In addition to the mourning outside the cemetery, North Koreans were prohibited from laughing, drinking, or shopping.
I can't
for
believe this
11
is a real
days
fucking
in order
place.
To show respect for the late president. Thanks for watching.
Damn, it's great. Well, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can see, North Korea, guys, that country is like, I feel so bad for the people that live there and shit. But now, if you guys enjoy the scary content, you guys want more scary videos like this in the future, you guys know what to do. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.